Ology, second use of the power of spirit with the first cognitions. Primary generating of life forms. Present stage of the educated earth human being equals scientists, etc. to realization and use of knowledge, truth and wisdom. Slow breakdown of religious acceptances. 3. First utilization of knowledge and wisdom. 4. Acknowledgement and utilization of the laws of nature. Creation of hypertechnology. Second generating of life forms. 5. Natural use of knowledge and wisdom in recognition of spiritual forces. Further breakdown of religious assumptions. 6. Life in knowledge of wisdom, truth, and logic. Present stage of a few border scientists and spiritual scientists. 7. Primary recognition of reality as the real absolutum. 4. Real life. 1. Clear knowledge about reality as the real absolutum. 2. Recognition of spiritual knowledge and spiritual wisdom. 3. Utilization of spiritual knowledge and spiritual wisdom. 4. Recognition of the reality of creation and its laws. Your present stage, which already tends toward the next one. 5. Life according to the creative laws. Purification of the spirit and intellect. Recognition of the real role and power of the spirit. Total breakdown of all religious acceptances. 6. Purposeful and controlled utilization of spiritual and consciousness-related forces. 7. Generating of first viable life forms. Translator's note: Wendell Stevens made a note in regards to point 7 of sentence number 78 above, which appears on page 78 of Message from the Pleiades Volume 1 and which reads as follows: This is a remarkable statement because it indicates the potential for man to create living organisms within his sciences and technologies when they reach a certain level of sophistication. We are just beginning to do this experimentally in laboratories around the world. We have observed the extraterrestrials apparently doing this already in a number of other UFO contact cases, where living forms are seen to have been created by those ETs to carry out certain tasks. The Pleiadians use part mechanical/part organic automatons to perform specific jobs aboard their motherships, such as care and maintenance of their spacecraft. The beam ships also have an organic part in the central computer system which has rational intelligence and can be communicated with telepathically. Thus, the beam ships, once finished and commissioned, become veritable living entities, having a metal and composite body and equipment and living mind. This exceeds the wildest imagination of our science fiction authors and, once again, confirms the ancient adage truth is stranger than fiction. 5. Creational life. 1. The generating and controlling of life forms. 2. Creation of mechanical/equipmental viable life forms. 3. Development of spiritual and consciousness-related forces for the mastery of material and organic life forms. Present stages of our races for volitional mastery of life and all its forms and types. 5. Stage of recognitions. Recollections of past lives, etc. 6. King of wisdom equals Ishwish, the second highest power of knowledge. 7. Recognition of spiritual peace, universal love, and creative harmony. 6. Spiritual life. 1. Acknowledgement and realization of spiritual peace, universal love and creative harmony. 2. Life in purely spiritual forms. 3. Spiritual creations. 4. Disembodiment of the spirit from organic bodies. 5. First spiritual existence. 6. Final spiritual existence. 7. Transition into the creation. 7. Creation life. 1. Twilight sleep for 7 periods ages. 2. Awakening and beginning of creating in the creation as creation, during 7 periods/ages. 3. Creating of life forms. 4. Creating of new spirit in the perfecting of the creation. 5. Creation of spiritual greatness in the creation. 6. Perfecting of creation in the creation. 7. Last attaining of highest perfection of the 7th period/age. The twilight sleep of the creation lasts for 7 periods/ages/great times 311,040,000,000 years amount to a period/age/great time. During the twilight sleep of the creation, all life and the entire universe cease to exist. Only after its renewed awaking does it begin to create everything anew again. During its twilight sleep, there is neither space nor time, there is only the nothing, since these lie asleep in the unending bosom of the creation and now time. Once there is no creating thought, then there is also no force, no time, and no space, there is only duration in a nameless nothing. Billy says now, I am smarter about some things. Semyaza says you will take it in and process it, probably sooner than me. Billy says I hope that I can do it even if it will give me some headaches, quite especially the nameless nothing, with which I have never been able to make ends meet up to now. Semyaza says laughing you will keep your head. But concerning the nameless nothing, don't think too much about it, for it is also a secret to us, which we cannot solve. But now, it is again time for me, for I must go. What I really wanted to tell you, I must now move to the next time if you don't consider something else as more important. But I understand that what was just discussed has occupied you very much and that you wanted to be clear about it. I gave it to you, accordingly as I know it. Now, don't you actually know it better? Billy says of course, Semyaza, and I thank you for that. Now you know. But still, I would have a question, if I may. It concerns the Talmud Emanuel and the commissioner, by whose fault the original scripts were destroyed, as you told me at an earlier time. With this commissioner, do you mean M. Rashid, and if so, what are the connections between him and you? Semyaza says this was bound to happen, and I see that next time, I must first give you information about these things. Yes, it concerns Rashid, whom we had won for our tasks. But unfortunately, he has failed in many things. He was dependent for too long on the unreality of religion, so it was able to dig its roots in him and often let him think and act illogically. A fact that, unfortunately, is irreparable. But now, I can no longer talk about this because I am especially pressed for time today. The next time, however, you shall receive information. Also, there's still time for everything else, and there is no reason to rush it. Billy says thanks, Semyaza. You satisfy my wishes. Semyaza says there is no reason for thanks, and now until we meet again. The end.